All right, here we are at the table with another at the table gear review of the Saloman Quest 4D3. So what can I really say about the Saloman Quest 4D3 that hasn't already been said? You can go on to the internet and find just about 1,000 different videos about these specific boots. So I don't want to sit here and ramble on about talking points that have already been done to death. So what I will do is do a durability breakdown and compare a well-worn-in pair of Saloman Quest 4D3 with a relatively brand new pair of Saloman Quest 4D3s. And so we're going to do a left and right boot comparison. We're going to compare each of them, left to left, right to right. We'll do a durability breakdown of Saloman Quest 4D3. Okay, so here we have both of the left foot boots for the Saloman Quests. And as you can see right off the hop, there is some discoloration here in the older boot. It's not a bad discoloration. It actually looks all right. You know, it goes from this gray, smoky charcoal to a sort of gray tan. It's not an offensive fade. Okay, well, let's start checking out the new boot first of all, because it looks pretty tight on the treads. Got some mulberries ground into the heel there. That's no big deal. But as you can see, they're relatively brand new. I've only been wearing them for about 2 weeks, and you can see that the even at the toe cap here, still got some nice. Oh, there's a little bit there. That's to be expected after 2 weeks. But there we go. That's all right. Everything's good here. Okay, now go ahead and check out the sole of the worn boot, and as you can see, that is some extensive flattening of the tread profile, and that is over an estimated distance of 2,000 kilometers of mixed trail and urban use. So that's dirt, asphalt, concrete. So that's, mixed dirt, asphalt, and concrete, and you can see the chunks torn away either from sharp rocks or potentially the metal grates of outdoor stairs have torn into what's left of the rubber here, and you can see that it is fairly thin once you get close to that TPU shank right here. So that would be one of the heaviestly worn areas of the left side of the boot, or of the left boot, that is. Okay, and so we can move on to just do a quick bypass of how the threads look. And also check here. There's a little bit of shadowing right in here where the boot body meets the sole, and it's not actually separation, it's just some shadowing right there. It seems like they might have beveled that edge as part of an assembly technique, and that's why it looks a little dark, but it's not separation, it is just some shadowing. You can see some shadowing here again. So it's actually, it's still in very good condition, and see here, nice clean seams. Nothing's too, no blown out threads. Everything's still in good shape. Laces, no frays or anything like that. So obviously it's a new looking boot. It looks brand new. So now we can go here, and there was a bit of loose, probably about 1,000 K in, I would say. Some thread started coming loose here. Blob of shoe goo kept those in place, took care of them, no problem. That's one nice thing about a high quality boot. Should be easy to repair small pips like that. So yeah, we can go through the tread here, and you can see the tread is worn out significantly at the toe. As we move along here, this is separation. So you can see here the leather is actually starting to peel away from the sole at the seam. So that's that's the difference between separation and just the shadowing that I was talking about. So that is starting to peel away. You know, another 500-600K and that'll probably be fully separated. We'll move along. There doesn't seem to be too much damage to the side here. That's the tread zone that's been chewed away. But as we move up here, you know, you can see the threads are in relatively good condition. There's no separation happening here. The lace lock is in a good spot. Oh, I must mention that one of these lace locks did come loose from the boot. And I think that was because of the way I walk and also being a bit heavy on the lace locks. But it was on the right boot. I'll get into that when we get to the right boot. So as we come across here, again, you can see the stitches are all in relatively good condition. There is some blown stitching here and here. And if we can get our little poker in there, you can see there's not much separation happening there. There is some separation, but not a lot of separation. Now that's good. These are not issues that affect the structural integrity of the boot overall. There is some abrasion here. It did get to a point where a blob of shoe glue needed to be applied to prevent any further abrasion damage. It was more of a, this could have become a structural issue over time as these layers start to separate and delaminate. You can see that there is some significant separation taking place there over time. So that's one of the, you know, there is this seam here. This is a bend zone. So there is forces on that stitching there. So you can expect over time that area to wear away at a greater rate than other areas of the boot. So we'll come along here again, down at the seam. Again, we can see some separation here. You know, that's not, you know, it's newer separation, so it's not an issue yet. But give it enough time, and that will separate. So as you can see, overall, structurally, the boot's in very good condition. All right, well, let's go ahead and get a look at the laces here. So let's look at, because these laces, which are used, this end of the lace gets a lot more use and abrasion. If I can focus in on that, well, you know, you can kind of see some fuzzing. There is some pulling and some stretching going on there. You know, that the core is a little slippery. You could pull the core out if you tried real hard. But structurally, you know, laces are in good condition. And so again, this is after roughly 2,000 kilometers of mixed urban and trail. So, you know, as a daily use boot, it has held up very well, much better than other boots I've worn in the past. Okay, well that's the left boot. Let's go ahead and take a peek at the right boot. Okay, so here we have both of the right boots here, and I'll just forego looking at the newer boot again because, well, it's a new-ish boot. I mean, only 2 weeks of use, so, you know, we've already seen what the left one looks like brand new. So let's just dive right into the right boot. And we'll start on this side, the inside. Now, this guy right here, this is the lace lock that came away. I think the reason it did that is because when I'm walking, I have a bad habit of clicking my ankles together. And when I do that, and when that happened to this particular boot, it pulled that lace lock out of the boot. Now, in normal conditions, that area is very, very secure. I would wager it was just through my own mistreatment of the lace lock and the boot itself that caused the issue there. I haven't had this happen to any of the other 3 lace locks throughout the usage of these boots, and it was easily repaired with a heavy helping of Gorilla Glue super glue. So once it was glued back in place, it held fast no issues. And like I said, you know, in my opinion, the hallmark of a high quality footwear is not only how good and durable it is, but also how easy it is to repair. So, you know, this came loose, blast of super glue, back in action, no problem. Thousands of kilometers later, it's still holding up. Well, okay, let's just dive right in and go from heel to toe. So you can see on the right side, it's not as bad as the left. That's just my own step pattern, but you can see some, there is a through hole here, through the sole into the TPU plate. You can come up here and, you know, again, through the toes, you can see here some jamming here, and it was probably from a metal stair or a rock, you know. Coming up through the heel zone into the toe. We got some nice grindage here on the heel, on the toe kick. Nothing too crazy, that's to be expected. Still some good tread depth there. Toe caps in good condition. No separations here. Oh, we'll move on to that. We'll take a look at that. Is that separation or is that shadow? Well, we'll get there in a minute. So we'll move around. We'll go this way. So we got this way down, and we can see here some light separation. You know, you get close in there, and that is actual separation. You can see that split there. So that's, when we come back around, we'll check that other spot. So there is some separation here along the bottom of the body of the boot into the sole. You know, the rest of the fabric is in good condition. There is some abrasion wear here, you know, probably for me clicking my ankles together, and just in general wear and tear at that minor flex point. You can also see some blown stitches here again, and we'll just sort of check for separation. You can't, again, there is a fair amount of separation there, but it's not so critical that it affects the structure of the boot. You know, you could still wear these and they'll stay together. So you can see again, you know, this area here is a little bit prone. Moving through to the other side, we can see everything's in good shape. The ankle area here on both boots is still very smooth, very little piling of the fabric in that zone, which is very nice. It's just very comfortable, very high quality. And yeah, you know, these areas here in pretty good shape, no blown stitches. You know, yeah, this area here, you know, really good shape. The outside, see, since the outside here is so much better than the inside, I would wager this inside damage is just for me clicking my heels together, and I got to work on that. Yeah, so you know that the leather is in good shape. The laces on the right boot, well, that's floor fluff. You know, the relative same amount of fuzzing on the laces. I haven't had any problem with that. Now we have some more separation here. And there was an area here that I noticed. Ah, yes, right here. Let's check that real quick. Oh, okay, that is, oh, all right, well, that just happened. Okay. I didn't notice this at all before until I just started this review. That is significant separation. Let's see, let's get our Proby pen in there and see how far. Oh, look at that. Oh, that is, I think I might have just yeah, okay, well, wow, actually, huh. Oh, wow, so this rubber section is molded around this TPU shank, and so because the rubber is separating, we're actually able to jam that pen all the way through above the shank. That's interesting to note about the construction of these boots. These little bits here are part of that shank construction. Very nice. Well, go figure. But hey, that probably wouldn't be good, because if you step in a puddle, water is just gonna get up through the bottom of the boot. You know, separation is not good. So yeah, there you have it. Right through the sole. 2000K. I didn't even know about that until right now. I'm kind of like, woo, real malfunctions on camera. All right, so I mean, the whole point of me doing this today in this style was to just, you know, if you're thinking about buying these boots and wondering what they're going to look like a year or two down the road, you can expect them to hold up pretty good. I do a lot of walking. I do about 4,000 to 5,000 kilometers of walking every year. And between these boots and my winter boots, you know, they got mixed use this year. So I got about 2,000 to 3,000 K on these boots. You know, and it's safe to say. So, yeah, after 2,000 kilometers, admittedly, after 2,000 K, they're cooked. But they still look good, at least. It's just critical areas in the sole that have failed, as would be expected of any boot that you put through 2,000K. But after 2,000K, they're looking a lot better than some of the other boots I've put through that much distance. So, in conclusion, Saloman Quest 4D 3. Are they worth the, in some cases, $300 retail that you would spend? Yeah. In fact, you know, like, I bought these, and once I realized how good they were, as soon as I had more money, I went out and bought a brand new pair, and they've been sitting in my closet, waiting for these guys to cook off. That's how much I like them. Well, all right, if you've stuck with me this far, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Have a nice day.